Tottenham and Southampton are having another go at it in the FA Cup fourth round replay when they meet again in London after a 1-1 draw on the south coast in the first game. Craig, this should be an interesting one given how both sides came through this past weekend of action. Tottenham, a massive win for them against City. Of course, Southampton played well but got thumped by Liverpool.
They did. It's a strange one, that, because I actually really enjoyed what Southampton did at Anfield, but they got thumped in the end. But they created a lot of chances and they're playing well. And they got caught out by, as we know, the best team in the country. But it was a little harsh on them, and I think you can see why they've been in this great run of late. You know, they lost to Wolves when they were 2-0 up, but Wolves are a decent side. Apart from that, it's been pretty good. From Tottenham's perspective, I think that was a little bit of a papering over performance. The red card helped. City's wastefulness in front of goal helped, but ultimately they got the win, which is big for them. Both sides are in decent form. I just think you've got to favour Tottenham, Ross, because they're at home. You know, they were winning the first leg. I think Southampton scored late to take the game to extra time. Tottenham really don't want any more games with the Champions League coming up as well, and they're really in the race for the top four. You know, they've put themselves back in a really good spot to hunt Chelsea down. So depends on team selection. Bergwijn, who's a hero with that great goal, can't play. But he's got a decent squad, so I'm going to go for Tottenham just because they're at home. But I wouldn't be shocked. I'm not sitting on the fence here, but I wouldn't be shocked if Southampton were to win, because I actually think they're a decent little side at the moment. Yeah,
both clubs have a sort of a love affair with the FA Cup, with Tottenham having won it on numerous occasions down the years, not for a while, of course, and Southampton with more of a fairy tale relationship with their win in '76. Yeah. They are a side that can, on their day, cause other teams issue. I remember Tottenham beat them earlier in the season at Tottenham with 10 men. That was when things were a little bit different under Pochettino. Southampton obviously have the form against Spurs recently. Do you think that Mourinho will sort of get in touch with that idea of trying to win this trophy? Because what are you now, into the fifth round, a game against Norwich at home, you'd be expected to win it. Yeah. There's a great chance there for Spurs.
There is, and I think that's the way he'll play it. I think he realises that they haven't got the depth or quality for the Champions League, so they're really just hanging in there until effectively they're going to be knocked out this year. So then you're looking at the FA Cup as a realistic end game, and the top four. When you look at the other side, try to get in there, you look at the huffing and puffing of Chelsea, you're looking at the mediocrity of Man United, you're looking at a good Wolves side who are pushing. Sheffield United have not gone away, but I think they will eventually, and Tottenham. That's realistic, and I think winning the FA Cup is realistic, and we know he likes to be able to ram it down people's throats and says, you talk about my football, you talk about tactics, but I talk about trophies. And ultimately, that's what he's done over his career. And I think he can see the FA Cup as a reasonable endgame for him in that point.
Could well be a litmus test for Mourinho, and this idea that Pochettino left the club without a trophy. Mourinho comes in and delivers one in the first time of asking. We'll see if it transpires. A long way to go, of course. And we'll see if Southampton can upset the odds at Tottenham when they meet in the replay.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.